Hello planner friends, here is Maddie. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I talk about planners, organizations, things connected to that word. I talk about it here on YouTube and then also on Instagram. I will let my link down in the description box. I'm sorry for my voice, I'm a little bit sick, but I really wanted to make this video. I think it can be very interesting for both of us, for me and for you. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'll interrupt sometimes the video. I hope I will be good at editing the video, but yeah, I have to cough sometime and yeah, I'm a little bit sick as I already told you. Thank you very much to those of you who are already subscribed to my channel. Thank you if you are considering subscribing, and if you want to leave a like to this video, I would very appreciate it. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. So let's begin. What is this video about? I saw on YouTube a video of Lindsay Scribble. I will let her YouTube channel here in the description too, because I took inspiration from that video about migration prep for 2023. And what is that about? So as you can see, I have my two main planners of 2022 here, and I have my I don't know how to call this notebook. It was meant to be my journaling notebook, but it has become my everything notebook. I take notes here, I journal, I don't know, prepare some important things, and yeah, I have these two. That's because, let's open this. That's a dashboard from the Travelers Company. I just wanted to have a bookmark here, and yeah, as you can see, I already prepared the main layout of this page, and here it is written weeks and cousin. And basically what we are going to do today is flipping through my planners and deciding what worked and what didn't, so I will have a clear vision for 2023, so I can still work with what worked and maybe find some solutions or let go of what didn't. So yeah, let's begin from the weeks, I guess, as I wrote it on the top. So I'll put the cozy on the side, and yeah, let's see. As you can see, I'm not really a setup girl. I still didn't set up my 2 weeks of this year either, or my cousin for 2023. No, I just put some random washes and sticky notes sometimes when I feel like it during the year. I thought about doing a setup and making a video about it, but it's not me. If you know me for some time, you know, for some months, if you followed me on Instagram, you know that I want to be real and not to say, oh my god, I did this, I did that, and my planner is amazing. No, my planners are just a disaster, but that's me. That's basically me. So yeah, no setup. And as you can see, I didn't use this early yearly vision. I thought that with these stickers I could make, you know, something good with, you know, these pages, but I couldn't. So I'm going to write it down here, because it didn't work So yeah, this vision was a fail, but I want to use it somehow, but I still didn't figure it out how. So yeah, here are some trackers. I use these pages as trackers, and I don't really use the monthly views. If you can see, they are empty. They are just empty. All of them. I don't really look at monthly visuals, and I think it's a wrong thing, because I would have a clearer vision of what's happening or what happened during the month, but I can't seem to make it work for me. So also the monthly. And as there are already two things that didn't work, I will also put something that worked, like the trackers at the beginning. As I just track my period, you know. And yeah, I began the weeks in December, the second week, and it seemed to be a success. I used this page as memory keeping, and this one for trackers, tasks, and other trackers, you know. But as you can see, I wasn't very consistent. I was doing very good spreads. Sometimes I consider them good because I like them, but then you see I fall apart. Here's another good spread, and then bada boom. I was very inconsistent with the weeks, I must say. Well, also because life happened, but also because I don't think I was very, you know, confident in this system. And I'm just going to flip through so you can see that it's not perfect at all. I just missed a lot of pages. I will think about a way to use them anyway. So here's the example. Perfect spread in my opinion, and then another perfect spread, and then bam, disaster. I don't know why. I just figured out that it wasn't the right way for me to go with the weeks. It took me a lot of time to do that, so I think that was one of the main reasons. I think this is the last one I did for memory keeping. Here is I purchased a Lamy and I tried it on this page because it was blank. Here is a big moment of crisis of mine with the weeks. A moment in which I told myself I wouldn't be purchasing another weeks for 2023, and then something changed here. I wanted to use it so bad because I felt guilty because, oh my god, I'm not using it, I paid for it, and I don't know, it's like what the hell I'm doing. And then this layout came to me. I don't know how. I just watched a lot of videos on YouTube. I watched a lot of posts on Instagram. I took inspiration. I made what I was liking in my style, and these came to me. These are just some, you know, tryings, because I adopted this layout in the new weeks and I evolved it, we can say. But yeah, basically now the I just divide the weeks in one column where I just write the priorities for that days. You know, like I have to go to the post office, or I just want to achieve something very badly in one day, and then I write it here. Here in this column I just write things connected with the priorities I wrote here, and you know, I break down the priorities in some actions I have to take to, you know, achieve those priorities. Then I have some trackers and some to-do lists for this week. So yeah, that is basically what my 2023 system in the weeks will look like. And I will write here. So what didn't work was memory keeping. And here I will write priorities plus break down actions, we can say. One thing that worked really well, and I think you saw it also in the other weeks, also if the spread isn't complete, I use the trackers. So trackers worked really good in the weeks. I really like to track things there. Okay, so now we will see the notes section. I used to use this section as a monthly tracker, we can say like that. I took an example, for example, April. This is a bookmark from Boutique. I just needed it to figure out where to go to this part of the notes, because there are some personal things that I don't want to share. This is the blankest month I found, so this will be a good example. I usually track expenses, then I used to track IG followers, Battleground points. It's a game, it's a video game, so yeah, it's about that. To remember about the month, YouTube channel if I had a video, or yeah. And then in the other months that came next, I also had a note page for every month, and that was very useful. But yeah, basically I really like the monthly trackers, and they worked for me. Just I have to quit some things. I will write here monthly trackers, but I will also write for what, because expenses were very useful, because it's a way that allow me to see how much I spend in a month and on what I spend those money, because you can see I just write the number of the day and I write what I spend spend the money on, and then I write the amount of money. So I think this is very useful for me. And here I will write monthly trackers, but I won't keep them for video games because it didn't work. I think it's a waste of time at the moment. And what else? Oh yeah, and to remember. I don't know, but I didn't write a lot of things on reminders on this tracker. I will change this thing and will put them in the monthly vision, I think, so I will be able to use them. So this is all for the Hobonichi weeks. This is how I used it in 2022. Actually, there is one more thing I began to do, but then I stopped because I didn't have the time. But I really like this thing. This was meant to be a wish list for books, where I write the title of the book, the author, and then the what happens in the book. We can say like that. I like this idea, but I didn't go on. I think I would, I don't know, like fill all these pages because I have a long wish list for books. But I think there's something that I want to keep, but in a different way, in a different maybe planner, in a different notebook. I will leave it here in the middle because I want to work on it. I want to work also on these things, apart from this and this. But yeah, I'll write it here. And this is the books wish list. I just don't write just the title and the author and then nothing else, just because there are so many I want that it's impossible for me to remember what happens in a book and why did it make me curious about it. So yeah, that's a good idea. I will write it here. What made me curious about it? So yeah, that's an idea I want to work on. I'll write it here so I won't forget. Okay, so let's switch to the cozy, should we? So this is my cozy, and yeah, let's go ahead and open it and flip through. So don't be too surprised, I have many things here. This is just a monthly kit from the Coffee Monster. This is from December. I have these sticker sheets that I used for mood tracker in the Halloween time. Here are some tips for keeping up with a planner and journal daily. I think I took them down from Helen from the Coffee Monsters Co video, YouTube video. These are some decorations, and here's a useful thing I'm doing. I'm keeping track of my orders on the way. So these will be in the things that worked. We can write here online orders tracker. I go crazy sometimes with orders, so this helps me very much to figure out what is on the way, if it was shipped, if it arrived. So yeah. Then as you can see also here, I didn't set up the planner at the beginning when I started to use it. I put this decoration down, I think in mid-November or late October, I don't remember, but this actually starts in July. In July, so yeah, I took my time as always. As for the weeks, I'm not using this part of the planner. I usually don't use either this one, but I tried to use it somehow, and I'm writing the followers on Instagram and the subscribers on YouTube. So this is something that I want to make it work. So I think I'll write it here in the middle as for the weeks. So here, okay. Followers, subscribers, tracker. And I don't know, maybe I should put some goals here on this part. What do you think? Maybe here some goals would be great. So I write it here. Plus goals. Okay, so let's go ahead. And what a surprise. But at least I tried more here on the monthlies, especially at the end of the year, but that's okay. I think I can make this work, but I have to put some effort in it. So I'll put it in the things that didn't work, and I'll make it work somehow. Monthly vision. So, okay, let's go ahead, flip through the weeklies. Yeah, I was telling this right. So sometimes you will see that I wasn't very consistent with this view either, but this I found out that it's important for me, this view, because I use it as to-do list. It really helps me organize the day, and as you can see, at some point I also added the trackers and blank week. But yeah, basically I really like this this weekly vision, and I really think I need it and will use it. But there's one thing I figured out too. I don't like kits. As you can see, I don't know if you know the Coffee Monsters. Helen creates some kits for the Hobonichi cousin, and I will show you what I used. 1, 2, 3. These things and this one, and also these 2 things. But basically, I told myself, why should I purchase a kit of 3 pages if I just use a pair of stickers that isn't even a page of the kit? So Something that I want to write here that didn't work is kids, and I want to make a note to myself: don't waste money. And please try to understand my point of view. It's not that I'm telling you that every kit is a waste of money. It is just for me. For me, that I use 1 or 2 stickers of a kit of 3 pages, and I pay, like I think it's $6 or $9 for a kit that I don't use. So for me, yes, it's a waste of money. For you, it can be very useful because you can use it for more weeks and use all the stickers contained in that kit. It's just something I don't want to do anymore. Don't want to purchase things that I don't use, or I use in a very, 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 very minimal way. So yeah, I really like washes work really, really good for me. So I will write here weekly vision, and I will write also what worked in the weekly vision, like trackers, because sometimes I track the mood, sometimes I track what I read. No, this is just always in my weekly spreads of the cousin, so this works every time. I just want to see how much I've read that week. Trackers worked. To-do list, and yeah, this really works for me, I promise. Even if sometimes I can't really stick with it, but I made something on this week in particular. I tried something new and it didn't work. So instead of letting this week like this and just say I won't post it and that's all, I wrote here what did work for me in this layout and what didn't. So basically I just divided the week horizontally, and I have this column, this one, and this one. And this section was for chores. This one was for social media. This one is for computer science related things, and these were like to-do list of various things. But this didn't work for some reasons, and I just put it down here, so when I will be willing to try this again, I will know what didn't work and will work on those things first. So yeah, those were basically the weeklies. Then there are the dailies. Yeah, the dailies actually were great. I just loved to journal and things like that. Something I won't do anymore will be this. I won't put vellums anymore at the beginning of the month. I don't like it anymore. I just feel like a waste. So vellums here. Okay, I think that the word of the month was a very useful thing that worked for me, but then I lost this we can say this habit of doing it, so I will write it here. Word of the month. as much as I really liked it, it's just something I didn't do anymore after 2 or 3 months. So yeah, this I will flip through those pages very quickly because, you know, there are so many. I did like this way of writing the days, but it was too much time wasting. So sometimes I didn't write anything because I didn't have this done. And so I figured out I wouldn't do it anymore. They stick together because I'm not very good at using the glue. Yeah. So here we are, another vellum. I'm hating it. Here I still had a word of the month, but I didn't write something about it. So yeah. As you can see, I have some blank pages, some that are full of things, full of writing, and I don't mind that. Actually, I became very good with having blank pages. It's okay, I just had a busy day, I didn't have time for that, so it's okay. I won't force myself to journal every day anymore. Vellum. I also I used to use a lot of these images of Patreon, of Season Jure's Patreon, and I'm not doing that anymore. So I unsubscribed the Patreon because I see that even if I take some pictures like this from Pinterest, it's the same thing for me. I don't really need some image, or anyway I have some saved on my computer. Let's see. Oh, here it changed the way I was using for the days. I just use some stickers of Boutique. I have some color palettes of the dots, and then I have these stickers for the oh my god, the name of the day. So yeah, this is really useful for me and time saving, and this is why I don't like vellums. These I can't make it fit there properly, and every time I flip through, this stays like that. That's why I don't want to use vellums anymore. Okay, so here we have a lot of blank pages, then some that are full of things. Basically, here was my my birthday. I couldn't find the word. Oh my god! And I didn't write anything because I was I was too busy for that. Then I really like those pages. Actually, I see how my style evolves through the year, through the months. I really liked also this thing. I just didn't write a lot of things, just some things. I put some images and that's it. That's also a good way for me to journal. Here is November. Here, as you can see, it became more minimal as a style, you can say. There aren't images. This is a washi tape. This is an image from AliExpress. This is a washi tape. And I'm repeating myself, but I don't mind of the blank pages. I really don't mind. So here I try something new in December. Yeah, I have to try something new in December at the end of the month. Yeah, of the month, of the year. Yeah, and yeah, I told myself these are all blank pages for me at the moment. I wrote sometimes the word of the month, but yeah, however, I wasn't really explaining it, what did it mean to me, why did I choose that word. And then I thought, what about making it like a video game and make some challenges of the mouth? And I think this is great. I really like this thing because it makes me like, you know, when you have a video game and you have some missions. Here are my missions per month, and I have to check them. And some important dates, obviously, just for a quick view, as you know, if you go to the monthly view, it isn't the same. Just as you can see, it's so I don't know how to say it, but you have a lot of space, and so I think that important dates just don't in Italian we say take your eye. It doesn't come to your eye immediately, but you have to search for them. Here I have all just written down here, it's compact, and I see very immediately what important dates are. This is what I meant with the minimal style of the dailies. Here is, I like to collect these things if I go to some events or things like that. So here we are. That's the last day I wrote because this is today. So yeah, I will write that the dailies worked, and I will also write something that didn't work and I just didn't show you. These pages, and I will call them turning the pages. I want to make them work. I want to write something on them, so I will put them here. Let's see if you can see. Okay, yes. Turning the pages. Because I want to write something on them, decorate them, do something, because I don't like them this blank. So we stopped also with the cousin, we finished, and we have our migration prep. I will have to find some solutions for these things. I will avoid these things and we'll keep going with these ones. I really like these kind of things because they are very organized, they are clear, and they really help to you know, evolve with your style, evolve your planner system. So I think that's awesome, and we will see how it will work for me in 2023. So if you have some ideas for me about those things I want to make them work, or if you have some ideas about things that didn't work for me and did work for you, just tell me in the comments, please, because as you know, if you follow me for, I don't know, some time now, I'm really open to ideas and also always give credit for things that I make if I take inspiration from someone. So let a comment, please, and tell me what do you think, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, if this was useful for you. So thank you very much. I appreciate you very much for staying here with me all this time. Please leave a like if you liked the video, if that was useful or interesting for you, and we will see on the next video that I'm very sincere, guys. I don't know if it will be in December or it will be in January 2023, so we will see. if you want to be updated on these things, just follow me on Instagram. I put a lot of stories there, so you will be in touch with me. If you want to write me a DM, I'm always there. Just write to me and I will reply in the fastest way I can. So thank you very much and see you in the next video. Bye!